Hello, today I'll be presenting my Stanley Market Research Project. Stanley has a rich history dating back over 100 years. In the past, Stanley was known for its durable outdoor thermos cups. The company reinvented itself and created a new quencher tumbler line, which is seen right here. Main growth caused by social media success in partnership with large retailers like Target. The presentation will cover Stanley's internet success, how sustainability shaped Stanley's customers' interest, and the strategies that fueled its growth. Why study Stanley? Stanley's comeback into the mainstream is one of the biggest brand turnarounds in recent years. Stanley gave a perfect example of how customers' values and online culture can completely change an entire company. Stanley gives an excellent example of what drives younger buyers, especially Gen Z and millennials. My research focus is to understand Stanley's success, sustainability, and social influence. Survey data and market research were used to find what Stanley buyers were attracted to. My goal is going to be to understand how a cup became so popular and a statement piece, and how it's so well known by younger generations. Stanley has done a great job of having sustainability with style. Most companies can't do both. Today's buyers want products that last a lifetime and support eco-friendly living. Social and environmental factors shape buying decisions according to my source. Products with sustainability claims outsell other products that don't. For example, if a product is recycled or made with recycled items, it'll outsell someone else's. Stanley successfully included both, as I mentioned, into their cup, which is the reason why they became so successful. Social media and influencer impact. Now, this is where Stanley really took off. Stanley's introduction into the mainstream social media started with a group of women called the Buy Guide in 2019. They were the first group to put out Stanley, and that's when they first started gaining traction and really going viral. Stanley saw that their cups were going viral and quickly adapted their brand to appeal to new customers. They did this by offering new colors and partnering with content creators. So people who were already making videos about Stanley saw this and wanted to sponsor them and help them promote it even further. Stanley's social media presence was user-generated, so not by Stanley, but by customers who already liked the product, which made their reliability even higher since customers were already advocating for them. So there was some eco-friendly backlash. Some critics believe that Stanley's virality promotes overconsumption. So this kind of combats all of Stanley's efforts to be eco-friendly because they're making so many products that it's affecting the environment. Sustainability marketing may cause tension because companies are held to a higher standard. So now, because you claim to be eco-friendly, people are really going to make sure you're being eco-friendly. Despite risk and tension, Stanley still remains on top of the drinkware market. So they were able to combat this. What research reveals? Most participants were really familiar with Stanley and had favorable opinions about the brand. So before I even mentioned what this survey was about, they already knew what Stanley was. Many said they first discovered Stanley through social media via TikTok and Instagram. Most people were TikTok. When asked what the top reasons they chose Stanley, participants mentioned style first, durability, and sustainability. Participants who purchased the cups for its aesthetics also liked the reusability aspect. Why Stanley stands out? Stanley's design balanced aesthetics and sustainability, offering trendy colors while also delivering a product that will last a lifetime. Loyalty through virality. Although most companies wither away after a couple of trends or a couple of months, Stanley was able to really establish themselves and created loyal customers through this process. Rich history meets modern customers. So Stanley already was known for being super reliable, but now they rebranded and are not only reliable, but very aesthetically pleasing and appealing to younger audiences. How Stanley can keep growing. Stanley could expand the current market, which is primarily women, and create products tailored for men and athletes. Stanley can also create and share more sustainability statistics and create campaigns to explain how many water bottles Stanley cups replace. Stanley could also offer limited cups and collaborate with celebrities to create a greater demand. So in the past, I've seen brands create products with celebrities, such as like shoes, and see how those are more appealing because they're limited. That could also help expand the brand. With so much success in the USA, global expansion into Europe and Asia would be recommended for Stanley. More than just a brand, Stanley proves that innovation, authenticity, and good values drive success. Stanley successfully created a product that appeals to their customers' lifestyle. Stanley now has to grow without losing its credibility. So not creating cheaper products or cheaping out on things. Sustainability sells when it's done authentically and carefully. And these are my references. Thank you and have a great day.